And I'm Alexis Glick. The blogosphere took the world by storm, but now the next generation of blogs is here, and instead of making everyone a writer, it may make everyone a talk show host. We have the details of that coming up. Money for Breakfast starts right now. All right, up next, blogging is quickly becoming a national pastime. And if the writing of one has kept you from joining in, then stick around. We're going to introduce you to a website that has its bloggers talking their way to big bucks. And remember, you can check out... All right, Connell, thank you for that. The blogosphere has exploded on the internet, and advertisers have jumped on board, paying $10 million to place ads on popular blog sites. Well, now one website is blogging where no blog has gone before. It's called BlogTalkRadio, where instead of writing, you talk, and advertisers are flocking to it. I recently sat down with the CEO of BlogTalkRadio, Alan Levy. Start right at the beginning, Alan. Where did you come up with the idea?
I came up with the idea of Blog Talk Radio when my dad was ill with lymphoma in the spring of 2006. And I created a blog for him. And he said, "What's a blog?" I said, "Well, it's a diary, and we're going to list out what, we're going to note what you're doing and how you're doing each day." Family and friends checked it out. And I came up with the idea of allowing bloggers to host their own radio shows online.
And it's interesting, I was looking at some of the people that do host their own talk shows. They include the Pentagon, also publicly traded companies. What does a company like Sun Microsystems, which is on your website, what do they use your site for?
Right. So Sun uses it to promote their products, Java, or their different Solaris systems. It's a way for companies to have their own private branded radio station to talk about products and communicate with their stakeholders.
And they follow the same model. Let's say if I want to log onto your website and start my own radio show, it's pretty simple. Use a phone line, right? But how do you make money off this venture, and how maybe can I make a little money if my show's really good?
Okay, so we've produced 90,000 shows since I came up with the idea with my dad.
In 2 years?
Yeah, in less than 2 years, 90,000. In fact, in April we produced 11,000 separate shows. So it was very easy. You go to blogtalkradio.com, you create a profile, and you could talk about whatever you'd like. It can be fitness, finance, politics, and you're part of our programming network now. And you tell your friends and your family, and you post it to your blog, and you just come on and use a phone. That's all that's required.
How do you make money off of this business?
Right, so what we've done is we've aggregated the content based on genres. So we have thousands of shows in sports and thousands of shows in politics. We go to advertisers and say, "How would you like to be a sponsor of our sports category?" And they're like, "Well, that's very interesting." Advertisers and major companies want to be part of the conversation. That's the key right now. And Blog Talk Radio allows them to be part of the conversation.
Okay, so then if someone places an ad, I get 50% though of the money that they pay to put an ad on the site?
Right. So if you bring us an advertiser on your gossip show, on Business Gossip Show, you'll get 50% of the revenue. If we bring you the advertiser through our network, we'll give you 35% of the revenue. And what we do is we run a pre-roll, a video pre-roll on each show, or we run an audio pre-roll on each show, and that's how the advertising works.
You know, the pre-roll's been tough for a lot of online sites. You know, I was looking at CBS Radio. CBS has really taken a hit over, the last several quarters because of their radio unit. What are you doing right and mainstream radio doing wrong?
We had 3 million listeners in the month of April, and this is a purely democratized medium. So we have thousands of hosts, and each month we get thousands more. So what we've done is we've created a platform to create an enormous amount of content at a very low cost point, and it's very interesting content to the different communities we serve. So we're very focused on keeping this as an open platform and reaching out to these large corporations now that want to reach our audience. They can do shows about, different products that are being launched and different initiatives. Put the CEO of the company on 15 minutes a month and talk to employees or to potential clients.
Alan, great. Thank you so much for sharing your business with us. It sounds really fascinating. Keep us updated on
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. All right, and we'll have more Money for Breakfast coming right up.